Hey everybody. I wanted to make this video and future ones to kind of follow the progress of my weight loss surgery, or my weight loss in general. Um, this video in particular is kind of to explain the appointment I had with Dr. Nazardin last week. Um, I took that picture and put it on Facebook, thinking that everybody watched that show, and not everybody did. I got a lot of messages and phone calls from relatives and such because they were worried that I was having some kind of heart surgery or something had happened. Um, and obviously that wasn't the case. I'm having gastric bypass surgery eventually. So, in case you didn't know. Anyway, so I just wanted to because most of you know I'm a social media guy. That's my job. That's what I do for my work, and I love it. And if I'm going to do something like this just completely off the grid as far as my normal goes, like quitting smoking and uh, and and doing the weight loss surgery and completely changing my lifestyle. Um, I have to have some sort of fun with it, or it's not going to work. So, this is a way for me to do that. Making videos and posting on social network and having fun with it is a way to to have people hold me accountable for it. It's a way for me to express how I feel about it, and it's just a way to learn about it, and I think that it'll help me be successful. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to make some videos about it. I don't know if I'll do it every week or every month or whatever, just whenever I feel like doing it. But this one in particular, it might be a little longer than the other ones, but it's just to kind of tell you how we got here. For the last couple of years, Angie has kind of prodded me. She did her research and she wanted me to kind of look into getting the weight loss surgery. I didn't agree with it in the beginning for a couple reasons. One was just kind of pride. I didn't feel that I wanted to go that route. I figured I'd just do it myself, and obviously I didn't. B, I didn't think that I needed it. I thought that was just for people that were immobile and were 600-700 pounds. Um, and that's not the case at all. To be honest, most people that get this surgery, or some kind of a weight loss surgery, even though it's not complete gastric surgery, it could be or bypass surgery, it could be lap band or some kind of it, are just people that are overweight, somewhere in between just overweight and me and beyond. Uh, anyway, so. I didn't do it for a while. Anyway, I eventually came to my senses and swallowed that pride and decided, well, I'll I'll do it. I did my own research and thought it's a good idea. And besides that, we live in a place that has excellent doctors, including one of the best at it, which is Dr. Now. Um, Angie's job, one of the best resources that comes out of her job is awesome insurance. We have some of the best insurance that people can get. And it makes it so this surgery is at a minimal cost. And I mean minimal, compared to what other people would have to pay. So I'm going to take full advantage of that. Uh, anyway, so we made an appointment. I actually went and saw my primary care doctor first. I knew that I would probably have to quit smoking, so she suggested I try Chantix, which I did try for a couple of weeks, well, a week and a half before I went and saw Dr. Now. By the time I made the appointment last Thursday, or made it to the appointment to see Dr. Now last Thursday, I was down to a few cigarettes a day. And then Dr. Now said that, flat out told me, you're going to have to quit if you want this surgery, if you want to move forward. It's too dangerous to have smokers on the operating table. And getting weight loss surgery done is more than just weight loss. It's about lifestyle improvement, and that includes not smoking and eating better and everything. So most surgeons and definitely insurance companies are adamant, no smoking, and they check for it. Like, they'll give me some kind of, I think it's a hair follicle test, like every few weeks that ranges back 4 weeks to test whether I have nicotine in my system, just to hold you accountable. So they're serious about it, and for a reason. So obviously that had to happen. So that day I quit smoking. I haven't had a cigarette since Thursday, which is today's Wednesday, so it's been almost a week. That's going okay. It's obviously I've done easier things in my life. I think the test will be the hardest test will be this weekend. I have to cook for a charity event, and when I'm cooking, outside, smoking meat, grilling, I'm standing in front of a pit, and I'm sitting there in the man cave, and I'm usually smoking cigarettes all night and passing time. So that'll be a test. Obviously I won't be able to do that. I'll have to pass the time some other way, and so if I get through that the first time I'm cooking after quitting, I think that it'll be okay. Anyway, so we went to see the doctor now, and he was very nice. They were filming actually the day we were there for the show. In case you guys don't know, the 600 Pound Life show is what we were referring to. They were filming 4 new episodes or different episodes while we were there, which was a little weird. But I guess we found out that Dr. Now doesn't know when they're coming. The producer and the film crews just show up when these patients slash people on the show have appointments, which that's just the way it goes, which is kind of cool because it makes the reality TV show part of it more real, because they're just following these people throughout their progress. Anyway, so it was kind of weird because there were camera crews around and moving around the office and such. But anyway, we got to see him. He was very very helpful, very knowledgeable, very motivating. He explained the process to us. He answered our questions. He was nice, but he was very direct. I like that. He was to the point, which I think every doctor should be. Very helpful. I don't think we could have picked a better surgeon and a better doctor in general, just to explain the process. And basically, this is how it's going to go. There's going to be a couple of months of different things I have to go through before the surgery. That includes I have to get an endoscopy done, which for those who don't know is when they put a tube and a camera down your throat and they look at your stomach or your innards in general, and that's just to make sure that they can do the surgery. I have a lot of stomach issues as far as like acid reflux and some other things. So they're going to he's going to look and make sure, he does it himself actually, to make sure that he can do that kind of surgery and he doesn't have to do another kind of surgery. That's all that's for. I'll have to see a psychiatrist a few times, depending on how I am, is how many times I have to see one. That's to see if my psyche is ready for surgery, for 2 reasons. One, can I handle surgery? Am I a suicidal person or an emotional person or, whatever. And 2, to get my brain ready for, and this I found interesting. This is the part that I can't really grasp yet. I guess people that get this, the hardest part for them is to realize that they're going to be eating an amount of food that's, little. And I guess to me, it should make sense to me. I mean, since I was little, I've eaten as much food as possible. So I guess I should be thinking that or be scared of that, but I guess it hasn't hit me yet. I guess it will when it does or whatever. But anyway, they prepare you for that. Anyway, that was it. That he explained the process. Basically, that those things will happen. I'll have the surgery, and then there's post-op meetings. I'll have more therapist meetings, and then I also have mandatory group therapy sessions. Like I think it's twice a month post-op. Anyway, which is great. I mean, the whole program is set up to where everybody should succeed. And I like that. It's one of the reasons we chose him. The program itself is set up for success, and I like that. I think that that's a great thing. So anyway, so that's the wheels are turning on that now. I'm excited about it. A little nervous, I guess. I don't wanna fail at it. I you know I've always been a big guy. Not obviously not like this. I mean, I wasn't a 300 pound teenager or anything. Big framed. Most of you know my family. I come from a big family. Um, and until the last 5, 6, 7 years, that's when I was really, really big, and it used to come off and on pretty regular. And I guess in the last couple, it just stopped coming off, and um, it's just one of those things where this is just to make it. It gives me a jump start to live better, and that's what I plan on doing. I hate that I have to use this method, but it's there, so I might as well take advantage of it, and I'm going to. It took me a lot to do that because I didn't want to do it for a long time. I didn't want to, yeah, like I said earlier, I didn't want to swallow that pride and go forward with it, but I'm going to. And in case you're wondering, I'm 6 foot tall. I weigh 410 pounds. That's what I weighed when I went in to see Dr. Now. They weighed me and measured me, and it gave me a BMI, which is a body mass index, I believe, of 55.3 or something like that. That's a chart that's the chart they use. They go by weight, but they use that BMI chart for, it's kind of a category, which is weird because I'm in the highest category possible. There's no other way, which is kind of weird to see, on paper, because there's normal, and then there's obese, and then there's morbidly obese, and then there's super morbidly obese, which is what I'm in. But the super morbidly obese category starts at like 50. So I'm on the lower end of that, and there's nowhere else you can go. So that's kind of weird to see on paper, but I understand, numbers, obviously, that I'm not the same as somebody that weighs 600 or 700 pounds. But it's still, to read that on paper, it was kind of shocking. Anyway, well, this video is much longer than I want it to be, and most of you probably won't watch the whole thing. But anyway, I'm gonna try to keep up on this, let you guys know my progress. I will not weigh myself in between my visits to him. He wanted me to come back in 3 weeks, which now will be 2 weeks and a day from the time of this video. So maybe I'll update after I go back and see him. He did start me out on a diet. He wanted me to try to get down to 1,200 calories a day, and he told me that, if you fall off the wagon one day, just get back on the next day. That was real important to him. He goes, don't focus on, don't fall off the wagon and then just say, oh, give up. That's bad. Just get back on the next day. So he was really good about explaining that and how important that was. So anyway, I got a good feeling about it. I think it's gonna work out. And real quick, and this is probably gonna come up a million times again, but I really want to thank my wife. She made this happen, and not just from a supportive standpoint in the fact that she had insurance to make this happen. She made this happen by wanting me to be better for our family and for her. The fact that she wants me to be around that long was shocking in itself. But I'm just kidding. But she she really does love me, and she wants me to be around. That's a great feeling. And I want to thank my work for which I'm at right now, and I need to start doing. They're very supportive, and they to allow me to go through this, unwavering. They please get it done. This is good for you, and it's good for your health, and my boss and all my coworkers are behind me at 110%, and take the time you need, and which my job I can do from pretty much anywhere, for a certain amount of time. So it's just, I really appreciate that. If you guys watch this, thank you. Any of you, Angie, and any of you at work, just thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, I'll update you guys in a new video, probably after my next appointment. And if you've had this surgery or you're going to have it and you have feedback for me or tips, please let me know. I'm a research guy and I looked up a lot of stuff, but since I've started, I've obviously new things come up, and just it'd be great to share information with other people. So anyway, thanks again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.